Are you trying to connect with someone and have a tough conversation and just not getting through? Well, there's a technique and approach called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP for short, that might actually break through and help you connect on that deeper level. Now, it's not mind control. We're not trying to do anything disintegrous or sneaky. But the point is, we're trying to just connect on a physiological level, even at the level of brain chemistry, in order to ratchet down the conflict and then also convey that we're a friendly, okay, that we're on their side and that we're like them. People like people who like them. Now, we talked about mirroring and matching in a previous tip. Mirroring is basically as if you had a mirror there. And so if they have a gesture up here, we'll mirror that gesture slowly and subtly, but that will be mirroring. Matching is when, let's say if they raise their left hand, we could just raise their left hand or do something similar with their ear. It doesn't have to be an actual mirroring of their gesture. Mirroring a lot is when you're face to face, in my experience. But pacing, and the point of this tip is pacing and leading. So if we're in rapport, okay, and that's when we're mirroring, we're matching speech cadence and speech tone. We're also doing the listening and the seeking to understand that is described. Stephen Covey does a good job describing that. We're doing all that already, but we're also mirroring and matching. At some point, we can see if we're really in deep rapport by pacing. So pacing means we make the first gesture. And then we just see, do they follow suit in some way? Do they match us? And then maybe, they'll match us here. We'll take our hand down, then maybe they'll take their hand down, or maybe we'll just brush our hair real quick or grab our ear very subtly. If they follow suit, that means we're in rapport. And that means we're ready to either have that deep conversation, have the accountability conversation, deliver bad news perhaps, or if we really need to convey a recommendation for the program, like, we got to go with MBSE to hit schedule, for instance. Okay, then we know we're ready because we have rapport and we've got that subconscious connection to where the other person feels that we're like them. How do they know that? Because we're doing the mirroring, the matching on many levels. The pacing and leading is when we make the first move and then they can follow suit. So if you've gotten to the pacing and leading, that's a great spot to be in. You're ready to have that deep conversation. And for some reason, let's say we try and pace and maybe the state is broken or they're going off a different tangent or we've lost rapport, then instead of just continuing with our message and what we're trying to deliver, then we need to back off, first reestablish rapport, ask questions, let them do the talking. Then once we get back in rapport and we know we're there because we're able to pace and lead, then we're able to resume where we left off and have that tough conversation. So if you're having a conversation with someone and it's going fine, maybe you don't need to pace and lead, but if it's a tough conversation or a critical one for the project, then I urge you, look up NLP, matching and mirroring, and then for this tip, the pacing and leading, use that and take our time. Let's take our time in building this rapport because we'll save that time in the long run by really being able to connect where previous conversations and meetings, maybe we didn't get there. So comment below if you're a fan of pacing and leading. If you've used this successfully, I'd welcome your tips. If you want references on this, also comment below or message me directly and I can hopefully get you what you need.